What's good, everybody? It's your boy Dkay, and we are back with another episode of Rude Love. And you already know I had to bring T back. What's going on?
Dkay, how are you?
Oh, I'm chilling. Like, everybody loved the last time you were on it. They had lots of things to say, so we had to double up. We had to spin the block.
Hell yeah. We always have to spin the block. We always have some stuff to say, guys.
Yeah, we were chopping it up before we even started this, and it's a lot of updates. I don't think we're going to share everything here because, but we'll keep it real, though. We'll definitely keep it real about shit.
I don't mind sharing my updates.
Okay.
But
yeah, you know me, I'm kind of like, I don't know. But I'll speak on some shit, though.
You said I'm low-key.
I'm super low-key.
Yo. I'm all unfiltered. Let's put them on blast.
Yo, for real. Okay, so first thing I wanted to talk to you about is because like I told you, as you know, I'm in the industry, I'm in the nightlife and everything. And I just been really looking around that shit lately. And I'm like, what? I don't know if it's sexy red. I don't know if it's city girls. Maybe it's just an accumulation of it all. But man, women are not women anymore. They're not ladies. And I'm just looking at it like, I see girls twerking in the club all the time, and I'm just like, yo, do girls think that guys look at that and think that it's lit? Like, what is running through women's minds when they're doing this? I really want to know, because you got the hoes, and you got you got
ladies.
Those always, right? But now I feel like it's infiltrated into the average girl so much that I'm just like, man, maybe I'm just in the nightlife too much. It could be that, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm tired of going to regular girls IGs, seeing their ass cheeks, and then trying to talk to me serious. I'm just like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that too. And obviously I'm in nightlife too. So I'm a bottle girl, and I totally understand what you mean. I think right now we live in a day and an age where dating in nightlife is literally horrendous. Scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And obviously I've been going through it, that. I just shared it with you, my update. But I think a lot of it has to do with the influence of music. I think a lot of it has to do with the type of content that these girls are putting out. So let's look at it from a bigger perspective, OnlyFans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that women are valuing themselves the way that they used to. There's no imagination, right? So it's and I'm guilty of this too. I'm not judging or anything. Obviously we have to wear lingerie, right, when we work. If you want to be the fun bottle girl, to get tips, we have to. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's we got to get that money. You got to flirt. Girls are getting drunk. They want to shake ass on you, and you got to shake your ass with them. But it's just a combination of everything. You know what I mean? And I think that everyone's kind of just so fed up with everyone. I think women are fed up with men. I know I am.
Word.
And dating in the nightlife. And I think men are fed up with women dating in the nightlife. And it's just this cycle that I just see getting worse and worse every year. Yep. And it's really, really discouraging, because it's when you're looking for your partner and I'm 23.
Yeah, you're still young.
But I think you and I can both agree, I feel I am very genuine, and I look for genuine connections.
Sure.
I'm not just going to give my energy to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to be able to build with someone. I'm already at that point in my life where it's I'm so traumatized the way that you are, and the shit that we see and that we have to go through in nightlife, where it's I don't want that. I just want my person. I want to have someone who is going to value me, who's going to respect me and respect themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's really hard to find.
Yo, it really is. It's getting to the point where, I feel for me, I always do get lucky, and I find a girl who's pretty somewhat tucked away. Before, it used to be way more tucked away. I used to find those ones where people be like, bro, where did you find her? She's just off the grid and fine as shit, right?
A hidden gem.
Yeah, I used to. So now, everybody, it's tough because I feel a lot of gems are uncovered now at this point, but I still find, the good ones or whatever. But I'm just saying that looking around, I'm just damn, it's crazy, because to be honest, I think to myself like, yo, because I don't know. For me, when I like, live life, I still think like, okay, would my mom approve of what I'm doing right now? Like, that's like, it's just something that's in my head. I don't know if it's because I don't know, right? But I'm looking at
Wow.
like, people, mostly girls. I'm just like, damn, like if your dad saw you right now, what you're doing right now, like, would you? So do we have no shame? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think like morals, and I just think the way that society is now, like everyone's just accepting everyone. And I think that that's like not good. So I think
Nah.
we need to kind of go back. And like, obviously, I'm very spiritual, like I'm very God fearing. And I know that I struggle with this a lot too, especially going back to nightlife. It's like, I feel like, what am I doing? Am I honoring God in what I do? And it's like, a lot of times we have to do things that we don't want to do. But it's like, I'm at a point in my life where it's kind of like I'm giving myself a timeline. Like I am there to get money and to get out. I'm not there to make friends. I'm not there to meet people, but it's like hard not to, right?
Yeah.
But I struggle with that. It's interesting that you say that. Like my morals and my spirituality, like I'm posting about God one day and then the next day, like I'm posting like me in my outfit with my ass out or my tits out. Like, hey, come to the club, come pop bottles with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like this really like interesting dynamic that I'm kind of like going with and like playing like within my head.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with it, but it's like I think it's important to stay true to who you are at like your core. And that's what
Right.
I'm just trying to do. Like I know one day that someone's going to really see me and value me for me. And like that's why I'm just trying my hardest not to change, but it's hard when you're in the nightlife not to be influenced, like it's hard and like when you're in the nightlife not to drink, not to succumb to these freaking bad energies that are around us. You know what I mean? So it's like important like for me to stay like close in my faith, stay prayed up and just not lose my morals or my values that I have for myself.
Right.
But not a lot of people think that way or they don't have the morals or they don't have God in their lives. They don't think what they're doing is an issue because society has ultimately told them that this is acceptable and everyone's doing it. So what's the issue? Why can't I?
Right. Right. Yeah. No, I feel like it's good to the point where too, like we really almost have to be like super specific. If you were looking for love, like for example, maybe you, for example, might need to find a dude in the church. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because maybe how you start, they say how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you start something is how you finish it. They say what a universal law is, so above and below is so above is the same below or whatever. Like,
As above is below.
yeah, right. So maybe it's like you really have to start that first step on however you want it to be, right? And
Yeah.
like, I think I recently like really figured that out too. Cause like, I decided, yo, if I ever get into another relationship, I'm not doing nothing like, cause me, I definitely used to have like couple, you know what I mean? Definitely some things on the side or whatever.
Had a little roster going.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it was never crazy. I was never like the dude who would like go to the club and take a bitch home and like literally like, you know what I mean? Smash her. I was
I've
never
never
that.
been that way either.
For real? Yeah, I've never done that, but I definitely am guilty of like, I have a main and then I got a couple sides, you know what I'm saying? But I realized, yo, moving forward, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to just literally let them all know, like, yo, this is what it is.
Yeah.
But to be honest, though, I don't really think that that's like something for me. Like I definitely like the feeling of like, having my main, you know what I mean? And then like just
like your
building.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. Like really having like the depth, like, and just being able to like look at someone and be like, hey, yo, I know I could trust this person. Like, I know that there's no, like, this person would never switch sides on me. I know that if everything like crumbles today, like that this person is like somebody I can like count on, you know what I mean? That is super, super rare today because people will just switch on you for nothing. You know what I mean?
See, it's interesting that you say that too. Like, DK, like, honestly, like, what happened or like, because obviously, like, you're older. Do you think that you had to experience things for you to get to this mindset? Because I'm having trouble understanding like why men don't think the way that you do. Like personally, that's exactly how I feel. Like I've never been the type to be promiscuous, to like sleep around, to have like I mean, yeah, of course, when I'm dating people, but I'm not like sleeping or like, you know, like if you really have my attention, like I'm not going to go out of my way, like to have multiple partners like that. Not to mention like my body's a temple. Like when we have that experience together, like we're transferring energy. Like I've been taught from a very young age, like God really, really put you together. Like this is your temple. You need to value it and respect it. Like not just with what you're consuming, but like what you're putting into it, and that could be like another man, it could be what you're eating, what we consume in so many different ways. You know what I mean? And it's just sad to know that people don't value themselves, especially women, and like even men. Like you express this to them, and they still don't give a shit. And it's like, dude, like if those are your intentions, like just leave me alone. Like I'm so tired of people coming into my life and like uprooting it and like taking my kindness like as weakness or just like my intentions. Like I'm just so fed up. Like I just wish people were to just be honest and truthful the way that I am and the way that you're being, you know, in dating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so, you know, to answer your question, I mean, it started a long time ago, and the thing is I got off on a bad foot because, and this is something I never actually shared with anybody online for sure, but so I like, I'm going to take this all the way back to like, I'm not going to say exactly the year, but this was in school. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just say give or take high school, like, you know? So this was before high school, but anyways, so yo, I was like, so yo, they don't have, they don't have, what's it called?
What?
Like, we had this social platform. This was at the time when MySpace was popping, but this was for like Western Canada, right? It was called Nexopia.
What?
Okay? Yeah, right?
Utopia? I'm just kidding.
You know what I'm saying? So Nexopia. So I seen this one girl, because my shit was popping on Next, right? Like my page was lit. Like I had hella like hits. It used to count how many times people went to your page. So it used to like, so my hits was so up, like that I had the juice like from early. You know what I'm saying? They need
the juice.
Yo, they need to bring that back, yo. Like count it when people, yo, my shit was up, right? And so like, and then, so I seen this one girl from the next school, and like, yeah, I was like, oh shit. And this was back when, I don't know, but you know, reggaeton, I was into Spanish girls at this time. You know what I'm saying?
That Latina mommy.
Yeah, for sure. So yo, so I don't even know how I begged her or whatever, but somehow, you know what I mean? Like I reached out somehow, boom. She ends up like being my girl. And I'm like, oh yes, this is it right here, right? So, you know, and yo, this was the first girl I ever slept with. You know what I'm saying?
Your V card?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you know? So boom. So I'm there. And then next thing you know, I'm hearing like different like whispers and shit like that. Like, oh, yo, I heard like da. So yo, I basically confront her or whatever. But long story short, she like told me that she was also a virgin and she wasn't a virgin, right? So like, she lied to me, yo. And that was like the first girl I was ever with. So for me, I felt like I started the game with like being like jaded, because now every girl that I was like talking to, I was there, but I was really like thinking about the last one. And this like continued for a long time, like a long time.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Nah, you know, but I don't know. I feel like it was good though, because it like developed me into like who I am in some kind of way. And, you know, now, you know, I make R&B and I'm the whole lover boy. So it's cool. Like, I feel like it worked, you know? But yeah, so that continued for a long time up until like, I would say my last serious relationship, because so same thing again, boom, I'm in it. But at the same time, like the main reason why I even got with her in the first place was because she reminded me of the one before. And I was like, which wasn't a bad thing. Cause you know, I mean, like body, like even from everything. Like I even remember seeing the first time I seen like her body, and I was like, oh shit, she had some like sweatpants on, and like I see the booty like jiggling. I was like, oh yo, that's reminiscent right there. I'm like that might be wifey low key. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then so yeah, I mean, I was kicking it with her, whatever, but I was still caught up on the last one. So it took me, so I just wasn't treating her like the right way. Like, I'm gonna just be completely honest, right? And then, so it took me like a while. And then I realized like, oh shit, like, no, I do love this girl. You know what I mean? But it was already too late and I already knew it. Like it had already like foreshadowed and all that. So basically, like, to answer your question, like, why am I the way that I am now? Is just because, yo, like, I just decided, I'm like, yo, I don't really want to like play this game no more. And I don't want to like hurt anybody's feelings, you know, because it's just bad energy, you know? And like, I definitely feel like, even though I've never like done people like seriously wrong in life, like you know, I'm not like a, you know, I don't like fuck people over by any means. Like, I feel like I'm super trustworthy, but still, I realized that like, yo, a lot of this energy was like carrying over and I was holding this in my body and shit like that. So for me, I was just like, okay, I'm going to really like change things up. And yeah, that was like a few years ago. And so I just been really on a path of like really being like dedicating just to myself. Like, you know what I mean? And like, so it's dope because now I feel like I'm in the position too where like I have so much more emotional intelligence, you know, to where like I could really like, you know, if I'm talking to a girl, I could really be like, hey, you know what? Before I might have just got like mad or I might have just been like, because I couldn't process it. But like now I'm able to like really see things and be like, okay, you know what? Like, this is what bothers me about it. And like, then give them the space to like either, you know, hang themselves or pull themselves back to me. And either way, whether they do it or not, it's on them. And I'm cool. Like, you know, I feel like it's just like, you know, so.
I love that, Dkay. I feel like you're valuing yourself. Like you are the prize. And I think it forced you to look internal instead of like external and blame. I feel like a lot of times what people do is they try to blame you so that they basically don't want to believe that prerogative that they wronged you.
100%.
So it's like, but they want to get into Lululand and say, oh, well, that's on them. Like, we need to take accountability. We need to start just doing better. I think, like, men and women, like, we need to start taking more accountability for our actions. You know, saying sorry and owning up to our shit and just being better, doing better. Like, because hurt people, it's just a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Like, we're going to continue to hurt each other. And it's like, I don't want to be hurt anymore. I feel like people are coming into my life so that I can show them what genuine love is. And they just keep showing me self-love.
Damn.
Like, that's really how I feel at this point. And it's frustrating. And I think like what you told me, like just focus on you. It's like, I think for a while, I just want to do that because I'm really tired of it. And I've been putting work into myself. Like, I know what I am, who I am. Like, I know I'm beautiful, like inside and out. And I've done the work. Like, I've looked internally, but it's like, I just want to ride alone because I'm just so tired of like my heart being crushed. Like, I can't do it anymore. It's exhausting.
Fuck. So
He said fuck.
Yo, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, but so the thing is like, do you feel like you're looking for the wrong type of guy? Like, be honest. Because the thing is like, I can say this as a fact that like, for me, like, how would I explain it? Pretty much, there was a time when maybe it's because of the way that a girl looked or maybe because of something stupid, I would be like trying to get like, oh, like I want a girl like this. So I got something in my head kind of, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it just never worked out. Like, you know, like I just never, and it got to the point now where like I started to look at those types of girls and I'm just like, okay, nah, it's not even like attractive to me no more, you know? But like, so for you, I'm just like, hey, yo, is there something about like where you're looking that, cause at the end of the day, the crazy thing is like, I feel like there's so many guys who want like a girl, like, to be honest. Like, people are lonely, you know? I feel like there's so many guys who really want a girl and who would give them everything. But let's just say maybe they're not balling or some shit like that or whatever it is. Like, I just seen this one reel on Instagram and it was a girl talking and she was like talking about how she said, yo, I've never seen a girl make a broke man rich, but I've always seen guys make a broke girl rich, and like girls never have any problem, or no, men never have any problem like dealing with a girl who isn't where, you know what I mean, where she wants to be. But a woman always has a problem, and all these women want to be saved and da 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 da. So I'm like, okay, personally, I think that when girls are bumping their head, it's because they're going for guys that have a certain like status or wealth. And then at the end of the day, you just gotta like, you know, he already had, maybe it's not even just that he has a lot of girls after him already, because, you know, there's good looking guys that don't have bread that still have hella bitches, you know, like, so I don't know what it is, but I just feel like, you know, like, would you really look at a guy and see him for him and be like, oh shit, maybe he drives like I don't know, Chevy, or maybe he drives like whatever, but this person like loves me, and I can feel that when I look at him, he like, oh shit, like he's like nervous, like I can tell that I have that effect on him.
Yeah.
Like, would you go for somebody like that, or are you actually still kind of like playing your, you know what I mean, options to try and get the highest, you know what I mean, like?
Wow, I've never asked myself that. That's like really interesting. I think you really made me think really hard right now. So I think I've been trying my best to not focus on worldly things. I feel like I used to value materialistic things a lot more than I do now. I feel like I used to be even worse than I am now, as far as like dating and like what I valued and what I didn't. Like I used to date for looks, I used to date for money, I used to date for status and all of that. And like, you know, like the whole athletes, like, you know what I mean? And like, I just feel like there comes a point where I think I'm at now at this point in my life where it's like, I don't care like how you look. I don't care how rich you are. Like, obviously, like I want someone that has something going for themselves. I'm not going to be with anyone that, if I could put in $5, you should be able to put in $5 as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Fair like, I'm not going to be with a bum. You're not going to be with a bum. I'm not going to. You know?
I mean, hold on. Like, nah, hold up. Cause like, the thing is, right, is in life is truly a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. And only like, you know, there's the path of like, okay, you go to school, you go get this type of job or whatever. And then so more or less like you can probably like coast like this, right? It's linear, but I know the life I chose and I already accepted this from time, right?
Yeah.
That, it's been like this, you know, like I've been up, then I've been down, and then I've been up, and then I've been down. And it's just like, one thing I can say though is I'm the same person the entire time. You know what I'm saying? So this like, and that's where my value is just infinite. I know it. You know what I mean? That's why now, like, you know, like I just know it. You know what I'm saying? So,
that.
You know what I mean? So like, what if you meet a guy who at the end of the day, can you see if he's a king or not? Because he might want to take you out, and he might not even want to take you out because it's like, damn, like I can't even really take her out anywhere to where it's going to even be special or anything like that. But like, would you really like, and then like, would you, if somebody was like, yo, like, I just don't got it right now. Like, I just don't like it, you know, I'm fucked up, like in general, like, would you still look at that person crazy? Cause you might have the $5, but $5 to you might be, you know what I mean? Like, this is worth something to somebody. Like, so you just like, it's crazy how life is and like where people could be at different times. And I just know because like, for me, like I said, I've been up and then I've been down and then I've been right back up and then right back down. And to me, I'm just like, yo, I feel like I've been the realest like version of me, like when I've been down. And the women that have like fucked with me when I was down, like I will literally love them till eternity. And whether that's like we're together or not, but I realized that they did love me for me. And that right there is like something that as a man, you can't replace it. Cause for me, like, when I was up, like when I was in Van and I was doing my thing, like performing all the time, like everybody knew me, like I had hella girls coming to me. So it's just like, my roster was nuts at like one time, you know what I'm saying? Like crazy. And I just didn't value any of them. Like sometimes, so I'll look back at them and I'll be like, damn, like she was a star and she was a good girl. Like, trust me. And I had homegirls, friends, like talk to me like, yo, like you fucked up. Like Shorty was like such a winner and da da da. I'm like, yo, honestly, they all were, to be like, I was just moving like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, but the ones who really mattered to me are the ones that when I had nothing and it was just like, then they were the ones who would like put a nigga on, really. Like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Interesting that you say that, because I feel like even in my past relationships, like I won't say like my most recent one was definitely centered around like materialistic stuff and like, yeah, that throw out the window.
Okay.
But I would say like prior to that, like I literally was so down. Like I'm a writer. Like DK, like I am such a fucking writer. Like I love people for what I see like within. Like I don't care about like the car you drive. I don't care about the money you have. I don't care about your status. Like it's all about who you are as a person. And that's why like I think it's so important, like with me, like the closer I draw to like God or in my faith, like people have been complimenting me and like have been telling me, like I swear, like so long, like that I am light, that they're able to see light in me, that I'm a beautiful person, like internally, like, you know what I mean? Like with my soul, and like to be able to like be valued like that and have that like compliment as opposed to like, oh, you're so hot. Like I'll take that over anything.
Yeah.
And like to be able to see that in someone else, like I want someone who's gonna like push me, someone who's gonna like pray with me, someone who's like God-fearing. I want someone who's gonna support me, who's gonna be there on my worst days, who's gonna be there on my best days. You know what I mean? And like, if I could do that for someone else, like I want that reciprocated for me. But it's just like, I'm telling you, like it's like, I feel like I'm love and light. And I'm telling you, like people just drain me or like suck that, like they don't value it. It's really shitty. Like I can definitely do that and I can be that woman, but it's just like, why am like every time I even give someone the opportunity to like show me or prove it to me, like they just fuck it up. Damn, that was real. That was real. Like, yeah, like it's just so disappointing. Like I could definitely like be down though, and like I think that's what relationships are all about. Like love isn't ever gonna be just easy. Like anything in life that you want is never gonna be easily attainable. It's always gonna take work. Like you're gonna have to put in work. And I just think with our generation, it's like they don't want it. They're gonna be like, all right, let's be in the honeymoon stage, and then when shit goes left, all right, fuck it, let's just start over. And then once that shit goes left, okay, let me go to the next bitch, and then let me go to the next bitch, and it's just a cycle. Like we're saying, it's like no one wants to put in that work. They think the grass is greener on the other side, but then they finally get to this point to hopefully where you are, and then they reflect and they realize it, and then it's like, okay, now I'm ready. It shouldn't take those experiences and you hurting all those people.
Right.
Like me, good people, good-hearted people, for you to finally be at the place that I'm at. It's not fair to me. You know what I mean?
Yo, honestly, Kate, like, and this is a hack. I'm giving this to everybody because it really works. Like, you know, like I've really seen it. But like, pretty much, the play is how you really, if you really want to find somebody, you got to think of like, okay, for example, obviously no homo, but you know my boy is Don. Like that's my no guy, homo. Right? Like that's my guy, right?
Yeah.
And so we have a media company together. Like we got different things, and I feel like it's not like every week that we're like constantly progressing, but we are progressing over time, and we have a common goal in mind, and we're both locked in, right? That's just as friends. So I really realized that like, when it comes to like dealing with a woman, like I actually like go to them and say, okay, yo, we need to figure out what we're working on. And I'll like I said, I brought this up to you before, but the reason why it's important is because I'm telling you, the person's character shows itself like so quickly. Let me give you an example. So it had a girl that I was like kind of chopping it up with, and you know, I did my whole, yo, let's build type shit, and they were down. But then boom, it came time to like really put things into action. And then it really like basically she admitted at some point that like, okay, yo, I'm actually doubting myself, because it got to the point where like we would get ready to do something, and then like even if it was her project, I'm like, yo, why am I convincing you? Like, why am I pushing you to do it? Like, it's your shit. Like, I'm like, respectfully, I could walk away from this and this literally does not like affect me at all. You know what I'm saying? But boom, I seen something where it was like, okay, there's like a self-confidence thing there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, but I would have never, like, how would you have like seen that unless it would be hard to uncover like the real essence of like who somebody is unless you're like working with that person and you're really having to like, you know, if I got to carry some bricks to lay this foundation, you got to carry at least the, you know, whatever
Cement.
they got. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that right there is the biggest thing. And for me, and I feel like it's like dope because of the fact that I lead now with like, yo, how can we build? So it's always from a place of just love and positivity to where like, oh, if it doesn't like work out, then great. I don't even ask like girls on dates, to be honest. I really just, I'm like, yo, okay, cool. What can we build? Cause then I'll just find out if I like you or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll see like how you move and shit. And at the end of the day, for me personally, like I find with women, they don't follow through with anything. So like for me, it really just like, I just have to see, are you really going to commit to it? Cause I'll be here as a resource. If you use me, then I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. But most of them fall off anyway. So I'm just like, if you can't even commit to yourself, how would you commit to me?
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
That was real right there.
You know what I mean? So that makes it mad easy for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, so if I look at it, you know, if I look at a girl, okay, boom, now she's switching from this to that. Like, you know, then, okay, what would that be if this was a relationship? She'd be switching from this to that, or the next person who tells her what she wants to hear when I'm giving her like the real like love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound good because like someone who really loves you is going to tell you some shit that you don't want to fucking hear. And that's just a fact. Like it just is, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm fortunate enough to like have grown up with a mom who was that way from the get-go. So I understand that. It's still hard to hear at times, but at the end of the day, I know what it is. Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but so I just feel like I'm that type of person where I've learned over time to work on my delivery and things like that. But at the same time, though, if somebody's fucking up, then the delivery should match what they're doing too. It's not always like, oh, it's okay. Like, nah, it's like, yo, I thought you said that you wanted to do this. Like now you're playing with my time. Like I almost don't believe you. Like, and I'll really get like raw with people. And
confusing. Like at the end of the day, I just think what everyone's lacking, it's like people just need to get real. Get real, sit down with yourself, make sure you know what it is that you want before you start involving others in your shit.
right.
If you're going to get involved with someone, like I said, it's about taking accountability and being real with your intentions. People need to stop sneaking around, sleeping around. It's like, dude, let's just be honest and let's just be real. Like it's so frustrating because like I literally move with the best intentions. I have no reason to lie to you. Like this is what we're doing. Like if I'm not feeling you, then I'm sorry. I'm going to let you know. Like I'm not here to waste time. I'm not here to play fucking games.
Yeah.
Like all that shit. I don't even like to like speak like this, but it's like, God sees everything, and it's like, I don't even wish bad upon people. I don't believe in karma. Like, I believe God sees everything, and, like, He's gonna handle you. Like, I don't need to wish bad on you. Like, I will pray for you, but it's just, like, people just need to be real at the end of the day with their intentions and just be truthful and honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it really boils down to.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't commit to something that you know that you don't want.
Yo, that's the thing.
Don't promise people promises that you
Right. That's a fact. That's why I'm like the worst at committing because I just don't want to like commit to something that like. At
least you're honest though, and at least that's something that you've expressed to that person. Because it's not fair to continuously string someone along for your selfish reasons.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like confuse that other individual. Like we just need to be raw and honest with one another, and if they're gonna accept it and keep enduring, then that's your. But if they're not okay with it and that's not what they're looking for, then hey, it's been real, it's been fun, but I gotta run.
Yeah, facts.
That's it.
Yep, facts. Did you mean to rhyme that or not?
No.
You didn't? I thought that was like a saying or something I didn't hear before.
Dude, that's crazy.
Maybe you should rap.
I want to start rapping. Gotta get me in the studio.
Yo, whenever you want. You know I got the studio downstairs. That's nothing. You know what I mean?
For real?
What? Yo, I really do this studio shit. Like,
I said I really do this.
yo, dead ass, like even today before you got here, that's why like I was being lazy a little bit but I was looking at new like plugins and everything cuz like, yo, I love making music. So anyone who wants to make music, I'm always down.
We got to hop on a track together.
Yo. Yeah. Yo, see, and I also feel like too like even as a female like rapper or musician, the fact that even like, and this goes back to the Sexy Red thing, like I feel like all these girls are falling off heavy because they just put their bodies out like right away, sell themselves like for sex right away, and then we get bored. Because think about it, like they said something. There's a saying. It goes, "Show me a beautiful girl, and I'll show you a guy who's tired of fucking her." Have you heard that before?
I've never heard that. Show me a beautiful girl and show me a guy that's tired of fucking her.
That's some real shit. Like,
wow.
Cause it just doesn't last. I'm telling you, women gotta understand this look shit is not it. I'm telling you.
No, it's not.
It's not it. Because
your vanity doesn't last forever. And I think that goes back to like who you are internally is so important. Your morals, your values, how you carry yourself, how you treat others.
Yeah.
Like, what are you pushing? Like, positivity. Like, when you go into a room, like, are you captivating? Like, how is the energy shifted? Like, it's so important because, like, we've even talked about this, like, being in the nightlife. Like, when we first met, like, I mean, I don't know, first intentions, like, you're like, hey, do you want a picture? I'm like, yeah, sure. And, like, you didn't get that experience with, like, all the girls. Like, girls are very, like, ugly.
Yeah.
Not even like on the outside, but it's like, dude, like you're ugly like on the inside, and that is just enough for me to not even want to like entertain you or like have any part in it. So that's why like I take a lot of like pride in like who I am internally. Like I like to be seen for my soul more than my external show. You know?
So you know, I really want you to take, like I said, that gem and like try it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like focus on actually like building with people first. And I promise you it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? So try that and then let me know. I'm definitely going to have you on this podcast more often. We talked about that, right?
We have to. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will do that. Absolutely. And, yeah, like, you know, we'll keep each other updated, of course.
And accountable.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting down with me. And until next time, y'all, later.